Hi AppSheet Angels, welcome back to episode 6. I was just thinking about the last lesson and I wanted to show you another way to pick, to make that virtual column about where the image should come from. So I'll just show you what I was looking at before. Okay, so you might have noticed that I've added a new virtual column which is related cards and it's of the list type. So you'll see, sorry, I'm just going to fix my windows. Okay, so down here, we've just gone with the column for cards. So that's the list that we've been making of which cards we've pulled. I think for some reason, the way that works, it doesn't really show up as a clickable list properly. Um, I'm not sure if there's another way to change it, but for now, we're just going to manually add the related cards list. You'll notice when you're using it that sometimes the platform will automatically create a related list at the bottom, and it's really handy when it does it automatically, but you can also add it manually if for some reason it doesn't. So I'm literally just saying the list from the column of cards. List type. Element type is references because it's a list of the ID references from the deck. And then the reference table name, we just choose deck, and it's already separated by commas. So you can see that basically it's come up like this. So this is the benefit. It makes its own little group and it shows you all the images, and you can click on it too, and you can click view all. So if you click 9 of Pentacles, it takes you to the 9 of Pentacles, and you see now it's come up as a related reading as well. So it back references it. And future readings, every time you pull a 9 of Pentacles, it's going to come up in this related reading. So, you might start noticing you pull the same card all the time because it's got heaps of related readings or something like that. And that's actually where you would start to build graphs. So you could eventually have a dashboard screen where you've got, how many of a certain card you've pulled over all your readings, and you could graph each card based on how many times you pull it overall. And it's interactive, so you can click on the bar charts and it'll take you to that group, and over time it'll change and update itself automatically. So there's lots of things you can do like that. But yeah, so basically we've added the list of related cards, and this is why. And now for the image, we can also change that. So we just go any, and it just picks one, it just picks any. Usually I think it just picks the top of the list, but I think sometimes it can pick a random card. So I'm like, okay, I'm happy if it picks any image. So we're basically saying the related cards column, which is this list here. And then when you put the, what is it called, a lowercase bracket? Whenever you put it directly next to the other one without a dot in between, it's basically just saying show as this column. Don't show as this column, just show as what that cell is from that related card, basically. So with any in front, it's just saying pick any related card and show me just whatever the image for that card is. And that way it'll let you pick image type, and then the app will just see it as an image. So it's still just come up properly like it's meant to, which is what we want. It should just work. So theoretically, we can delete this first card virtual column now because it's kind of obsolete. So let's hit save and hopefully it didn't screw anything up. Yeah, so there you go. And now, we've got this nice interactive clickable list, and the image function still works. So if we go to readings, it's still showing up here as the top. Yeah, so I just wanted to show you guys that this is probably a better way to do it. Let's see what else we can add now. Okay, so I think I'm just going to foolproof the action button a little bit from a couple of episodes ago, which is continuing on the end of the last episode where I sort of spotted the bug and said we can fix this up. So if we just go over to actions again and back to the pull cards button, so we're just going to edit the formula that we used for that. So you can see here we had the concatenate function. It's reading whatever's in the cards cell, and then it's adding text, which is a comma, and then so if it's blank, the first thing it's putting is a comma, and there's nothing in front of it, so it's screwing up when it tries to read the list because the first thing in the list is blank. So then our function, which is picking the random card from the deck. So what we want to do basically is add a yes/no function over here. If you scroll down, there should be is blank and is not blank. So it's just what it sounds like. So let's add these and I'll show you in practice how it works. If you add is blank, and then we'll just add is not blank at the same time. So we want both of these to be cards. Whoops. And then you put comma, and then you add function. So basically you're saying if the cards cell is blank, then do this. And then the same, if it's not blank, do this instead. So we're just going to copy the concatenate function basically. So this is what we want it to do if it's not blank. So we'll just put it straight in like that and it should work hopefully. But we might have to fix this top bit first. So, or maybe we need another bracket. Anyway, I'll fix the top bit. So if it's not blank, we need to basically put the comma. I think we need a comma there. Is blank is not used correctly. Is blank cards. Let me just troubleshoot this for a sec. I'll be back. Okay, I think I actually need to add an if statement. So I'll show you how that works. So basically we're just going to come here, I reset it. We're going to say if, so it's an either or. So if, then we'll have like the expression. And then if it's true, we'll do this, and if it's false, we'll do that. So basically we want to say if cards like is, well, what's this? If this is what we want it to do if it's not blank. So if cards is not blank, then do this. Yep, so logical value if true. And then if it's not true, we want to do the concatenate function anyway, but without without the comma. So now we just got to get the bracket right here. So we want it to go in there, I think. And maybe add another one? No. Where are we missing it? So that's that one. That's that one. Yeah, where do we want it to go? Here. Yeah. No. Oh, okay, we can use this bit to tell. Yeah, so then we want to paste concatenate in. Up to this one. Missing closing parentheses, which one? Oh, cool. Okay, so we're just missing a couple on the end. Now we just need to change this, so we don't want that. Basically we can get rid of all of that, because if it's blank, we don't need to copy itself in. Do we even need concatenate? I think we can just settle for index, can't we, and get rid of one of these. Yeah, so that should work. So let's save it and test it. Whew, thanks for sticking me through that. It can get a little bit confusing, but it does tell you like when a bracket is missing, and this bit up here is really helpful. It looks like you can expand it. Yeah, so it sort of tells you what each bit means. So you can always click learn more or click help me with expressions down here too. But basically, if the cards cell is not blank, we're going to copy what's in there, add a comma, and then add another random card. If it is blank, then we're just going to pull the first random card, and we're not going to add a comma at the end because the next time we'll add the comma for us. So that should like fail safe it a bit more, right? Let's test it with a brand new reading, and we'll just hit save. So it's blank, and we'll hit pull card. It's pulled the 3 of wands. We'll pull another one. Yep, seems to be working. Great. And we'll see like adding on to an old one. Yep. Great. So, you know, you can always improve the code and make it work better. And if you're getting like glitches and bugs, there's pretty much always a reason. You just got to sort of do a bit of detective work. This bit not loading is because I think there's no title. So let's just say fixed the action button. Woohoo! There we go. Oh no, that's not the right one. Anyway. Ah, I think I know why actually. Let's go to views, readings, and then the layout, the header is first card, but we deleted that virtual column, remember? So if we click cards, we can just make it that, but if you pull a lot, it's gonna be annoying, you know. We can make it a timestamp. You know, it's not super pretty, but maybe it'd be better the other way around if this is the timestamp and this is the title. Yeah, looks a bit better. So cool. And then if there's no title, it's just a timestamp, so that's fine. It's really up to you to add the title, but yeah, thanks for troubleshooting this with me. and I think it's starting to look really good now. Another thing I'm thinking, I don't know if I should add it now or not, but it would be cool to pick a random card here for the image. But you know, having it the first card is fine. All right. Well, that's the end of the lesson. I'll see you in the next one. I forgot to pause it. Awkward. Bye.